What's going on, people? As I wait for my banded parts to come, I was in contact with I'm getting the rest of my parts from what's their place? RC Planet. So they told me I had to get some of the things I needed from their warehouse in another area. But they finally mailed it off. I got my tracking number. It wasn't updated yet by the post office, but I got my tracking number, so hopefully I get that next week. I was hoping to get it by now so I can start my bandit rebuild. I got everything but those parts. Those parts like the RPM gearbox with the metal plate, with the metal motor plate, stuff like that. So it's essential to my rebuild, so I gotta wait for that stuff to come. But in the meantime, I manufactured me a GoPro Swivel mount. Thanks to the YouTuber, The Pirate Life. He gave me a list of materials that he used to make his. So I modified it a little bit with some stuff I already had laying around the house. Save a couple dollars, you know. But he did something about the caster. And I noticed after he told me that not everybody, most people are using this caster, right? It's a wheel caster. This is the smallest one that Lowe's had. They come 2 in a pack. I think it was like $3, $4. I've been had this aluminum pipe laying around. You see I drilled a couple of holes. Let's start with the first one right here. I drilled the hole for the caster, the wheel caster to go through. There's usually a wheel on here. Just rivet it in. You got to drill that out because there's no screw. You got to drill it out. Remove that wheel and that pin. So I drilled the hole through the aluminum pipe. Put the screw in there. It was a little wide, so I said put those additional nuts in between to keep the pole from sliding back and forth. This back screw you see right here. This is in case I want to put some weight on there to help balance out the length of this pole and the GoPro at the end of it. That will be at the end of it. So that'll help counter react to the weight of that. Just gotta figure what kind of weight I'm gonna put on there. This screw right here is to limit how low the camera angle will go. So this will be on top of the vehicle. It'll stop there. It'll stop there, you know what I mean? I can also adjust that, of course. Ain't nothing but a screw with some nuts. So I can just screw it up there, lower it, higher it, raise it, whatever. I haven't seen anybody do that, but most people didn't show you how they made theirs. So I don't know if somebody else did that or not. But I didn't see nobody do it. I just thought about it as I was brain scheming. Real simple design, parts I had laying around. As far as the other end, that's just the GoPro mount. The GoPro mount screw through. Nothing fancy. What I have to do here, I'm gonna put a metal locking nut in between the pole and that GoPro mount. The metal locking nuts had little grooves in them, so I think that should keep this from spinning unnecessarily. See, right now it's loose. I didn't lock tight anything yet. I just finished making this up as I'm painting one of my bodies. I got a Baja body I won from a contest on Proline.com. So I'm actually painting that body up now. So between that, I wanted to make this. So if I got okay weather tomorrow, I can go outside and give this a go. But that's it. Real simple design. Bunch of screws and nuts I had laying around. Actual GoPro mount. So the GoPro's in a protective case. And the bottom of the case has the other side of this mount. So it'll slide right in, tighten him up. Then aluminum pipe, real light. I don't know how much this weighs. I haven't weighed it. It's definitely less than a pound. You can see what it is. Less than a pound. So hopefully I shouldn't have any problems with it. I don't know how people balance theirs off. Like I said, most people don't show you. I'm pretty sure they have weights on the other end of theirs. So I don't know the vehicle turns with the rock over there. I have no idea how any of that will happen until I give it a test run. But I think this should work out pretty well. Alright people, tomorrow I had that body up. I funked it out, did something different with it. With the help of my man GGJ Fly Guy, of course. got with him again for another sticker of my imagination. Actually, this is not of my imagination. This is something that's real common. Real common. But I haven't seen anybody put it on the RC yet. You'll see what that is by tomorrow. Alright, people. Peace. Hey, folks, one more thing. I did get my differential in. So I got a lot of parts in for my rebuild. Still waiting for the essential parts. But I bought this differential so I can mod it instead of taking the one out the vehicle. I didn't even open my bandage yet. It's still in the basement, in the box, in the package, in the rack. Didn't even take it out yet. Like I said, when I opened it up, I already know what it's about. My boys got one. They don't have the VXL, but they have a bandit, so I already know what the bandit's about. But anyway, what I did, first, due respect to RC Nightmare, I saw him do the mod. I got the information from him. Now, what you do, you trim the little lip off, get a countersink bit, drill into it enough that the O-ring could fit. I believe the O-ring was 3/16. So that fits right inside the little vacant spot rig. I didn't put anything, James. I'm not ready to put in the vehicle yet. I just want to do the mod now and get it out the way. What the mod does is you seal the diff, and I have matter of fact right here. I put 1,000 weight diff fluid in here. I put 1,000 in there. I think he did 500,000. So he pretty much got a posi rig. I didn't want a posi rig. I heard that puts a little more strain on the transmission. So this allows a little slippage. I can't do it right now with one hand, but it's pretty tight with this right here. These come with just like a little bit of grease in it, which make them spin like crazy. So that 100,000 did it pretty good, pretty stiff. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The 3/16 O-ring goes first. On top of that, a Teflon washer. Traxxas Teflon washer. I already have all those sitting on the table to the side of me. Put the diff in. Put the fluid in there. A little bit lower. You can see that line right there. A little bit lower than that. It's thick as hell, so you got to work it around. Then get a sealant. I bought Loctite sealant. Put that around the top of the top piece before you put it inside the cap. Press it down. You're going to be a little extra runnage coming around here from the sealant. So you let that sit for a while so that can dry up. Then you put the screws in. Now, the problem I saw, it was still leaking. What you see right now, it's a Gorilla Glue. The light glaze you see over it is Gorilla Glue. Because after the sealant dried, I started twisting the crank. And a little bit of fluid came out. That little V section right there. It didn't come out anywhere around here where the screws are. The little V section still leaked on me because it's not a good seal. So, got some Gorilla Tape. Lightly applied it around the edge to give it a final seal. It's smooth. It's not going to bother anything. This little piece right there, but I rub it down real good to get some fine sandpaper just to get the rough edges so it won't mess up inside the gearbox. But now I got a sealed diff. I know Hot Racing makes a sealed discs, but they're always out of stock. Someone else makes them too, LHS or whatever. But I see sealed discs for these are hard to find. So it was a simple mod. Hopefully it holds out. If not, these are 12 bucks. But like I said, this is a spare. The one inside the Bandit is still inside the Bandit. This was a spare when I started to work on. So I pretty much got me a posi rig. Very limited slip. Like I say, I'm mainly concerned with speed on this Bandit. I'm going to let my other cars be what they're supposed to be. Monster cars be a monster car. My Ken Blocks will be a drift car. I'm going to let the Bandit be my speed car. My drag racer. Rear wheel drive. My Raleigh. No, not my Raleigh. My Raleigh's my Ken Block. Who am I missing? I'm missing my Vorza. I'm going to buggy be a buggy. I'm not going to try to make those cars into speed runners. I'm going to let them be what they are and have fun with them. This going to be my dragster. Alright, folks. Peace.